利益って月収6万だろ。この間売った腎臓が120万、右目が30万、残りの借金が。
You know, Denji's given up so much. He's sacrificed so much in order to pay his father's debt. And Pochita has been there to be able to hear all of these horrors that he's had to go through, even though they weren't even his fault. I think that that really adds to the bond between them. When you're feeling down and out, it's really good to be able to express that to someone that you care about, a pet, plants, yourself, journaling, a friend, a family member. And so I think also for Denji, it's really nice that he has Pochita be able to listen to him and feel that love and comfort.
死ぬまで借金返し終わる気しねえし、俺は死ぬまで女と付き合えねえんだろうな。デートする金もね。
Oh, and you hear Pochita really care about how heartfelt Denji feels about never being able to have a girlfriend, and that worry that he's going to die without ever being able to accomplish even some of his simplest of dreams. It's just so sweet that you can tell that Pochita really does understand him. Like, Pochita is this little tiny devil, but this devil with love and empathy, which makes it even sweeter.
亀、悪魔は血飲めば傷治るって聞いたことがある。
I think that it's so beautiful because for both of them, they're looking at this really dire fate. That Denji doesn't have many options because he owes such a debt from his father. For Pochita, he's already bleeding and lying on his side that's going to die, and they both decide that they want a chance to live, a chance to be able to have a better life. And I think that it's also really important when you're going through learned helplessness, when everything's on the line, you are much more willing to take these really large, big risks because that can reap a reward. And when you're often at this kind of end of a line and you're looking at just darkness, any light can be something that you'll grasp hold of. And I think that that's the case for both Pochita and Denji.
俺の血はただじゃねえ。これは契約だ。
I don't know if I'm the only one. So when Pochita bites Denji, then after Denji goes, well, actually, but part of the deal is I want something, which is not the real way that you should do a deal. Usually you should let someone know all of the reasons for something before you make it. That's kind of the way that the mafia deals with things, is after you need something for them, then they come back and ask for a favor. And so I think that usually when we talk about consent and when we're going into different sets of deals, that probably you should know all of the different variables and read through the fine print before you say yes to it. But Pochita doesn't seem to mind, do you? No.
お前を助けてやるから。俺を助けろ。やっぱ俺も死にたくねえ。
And so this base of their friendship is in both of them wanting to be able to live, to have this chance at a better life. That kind of solidifies their friendship. They both want the same thing, but also they were both alone. And so they find companionship and understanding in each other. And for both Pochita and for Denji, they're destitute, people that are thrown away, that aren't looked at, that aren't cared about. A lot of times when we're overlooked, neglected, we really appreciate when someone sees us and hears us. It's such a basic human need to be able to be heard and validated and respected. And Pochita and Denji also do that for each other. And I think that that's what makes their friendship such a beautiful, warm, strong companionship.
決めた。今日寝たら見る夢。食パンにジャム塗って、ポチタと食って、女とイチャイチャしたりして、いいだろ。
Those quiet moments with friendship where you get to share those hopes and dreams. And when you're really close with someone, their dreams become your dreams. The things that they care about become the things that you care about, because when you truly love someone, you want them to be happy. And one of Denji's dreams is just to have jam on bread and be able to share it with Pochita.
ポチタ、俺は悪魔と戦ってるうちに死ぬかもしれねえ。そうしたらポチタだけが心残りだ。腹すかして死ぬかもしれねえし。
Because could it be anything more beautiful that his only regret now isn't that he doesn't get to flirt with a girl or have this relationship. It's that if he dies fighting these devils, that he's going to leave Pochita alone. And that's the beautiful thing when you really love someone, is that that's what you want. You want them to still be happy and enjoy things. And for Denji, he worries about Pochita being alone again and not being able to be safe and cared for. I think that for Denji, the reason that this is so clear to him is that he knows life and death. He's always at risk. And often we need something that is extreme to make clear the things that are really important in life. We often get bogged down by money and things that glitter and titles. In the end, none of that really matters. We are not the shells, the lives, the titles that we carry. We're so much more than that. We're the things inside and the people that we care about.
悪魔には死んだ人の体を乗っ取れるやつもいるらしい。ポチタにそれができるんだったら、俺の体をポチタにあげてんだ。そんで、この町を出て、普通の暮らしをして、普通の死に方をしてほしい。俺の夢を叶えてくれよ。
And I love it. I love that what Denji really wants is for Pochita to have a really normal, healthy, happy life and to be able to be safe. And he's willing to give Pochita his body so that he may be able to do that. And that would make him really happy. And I think that that's one of the things that Pochita really appreciates, how much Denji truly loves him, that he wants him to carry on in the body that he can no longer use. Totally gonna cry, I know.
ポチタ、俺の体、ちゃんと奪えたか？
And you can see how happy Denji is asking Pochita if he actually took over his body for him. Like, it's something that brings him joy.
デンジの夢の話を聞くのが好きだった。これは契約だ。私の心臓をやる。
And it's so cute because Denji gave a deal to Pochita that he didn't really agree to beforehand. And so Pochita does the same thing to him and says, well, here's the deal. I'm going to give you my heart.
代わりに、デンジの夢を私に見せてくれ。
ポチタ！
The first thing that he reaches out to is like, where is Pochita, right? Which is just so beautiful. So beautiful that Pochita could have chosen to take over his body and live his life. And Denji would have been so happy with that. But instead, he chose to sacrifice himself and give him his heart so that Denji could live out his dreams. And self-sacrifice is just such a beautiful thing to do. It's really rare for us. Usually we do it when there's like a genetic benefit or it's for people that we're very, very close to. And to have that closeness between Denji and Pochita, that they end up living together through one body, I think is really just very sweet.
傷が。ポチタ。
And that like sadness when he realizes that Pochita's tail that's inside of him, that he carries a piece of him still beating, is I think really lovely. I think that for a lot of people that give like organ transplants, to be able to hear the heart beating of your loved one in someone else is really poignant for them, because a piece of their loved one is still living on, not just in their memory, and also keeping someone else healthy and safe. And I think that that's what Pochita is so happy to be able to do for Denji, to be able to let him live his life and his dreams and to still be part of him.
幸せだけじゃ満足できなくて、もっといい生活を夢に見たんだ。そうか、みんな夢見ちまうんだな。じゃあ悪いことじゃねえ。
How he wishes that he really appreciated how wonderful of a life, even though they were destitute, they had each other, and that was really beautiful. And I think that a lot of times when we lose someone, we look back on how we wish that we had done more, spent more time, and really appreciated it. But we always do that. No matter how much time you have with someone, you'll always wish that you had another moment. The nice thing is that I think that there's a lot of symbolism in that we still carry them in our hearts. And that's important to remember. And I love that Denji and Pochita together are this just awesome, badass character with chainsaws everywhere. It just makes perfect sense that they would be stronger together than they ever were separated. Watching my videos is a great way to get familiar with the basics of psychology, but to learn more about science and technology, check out today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant are the online interactive STEM learning platform with college-level courses on neural networks, computer science, math, physics, quantum mechanics, game theory, and a lot more. And all of these courses are taught in a visual, hands-on way. There are many different ways to learn, but we know that the best way to learn information is to do it in a way that's interactive and in small chunks. That way that you don't just learn, but you learn to retain the information. The best way that I know is to be able to understand how this information is applied to myself and the world around me. And if you're ever stuck, Brilliant has in-depth explanations that break down the principles even more. I finished the course on scientific thinking, and it was wonderfully set out with lots of hands-on questions and little animations which demonstrated exactly how these principles are applied, which was really good for me as I am that visual hands-on learner. Also, I really enjoyed that Brilliant has college-level courses that are taught in ways that anyone can learn at your own pace. So you can stay at home and learn and become more adept in the skills that you want to evolve, and it doesn't break your budget. Brilliant has thousands of lessons and new exclusive content being added every month, so you never have to stop learning. And all you have to do to get started for free is by visiting brilliant.org/Georgia Dow and click on the link in the description. The first 200 people will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Just click on the button on the screen or head on over to brilliant.org/Georgia Dow. Clicking on that button really does help out this channel, and so does clicking on this playlist above for more reaction videos. I cry so often in my videos now. I don't know how many this has been. I made my own Pochita. You can check it out on Patreon, how I made him. I'm really happy with how he ended up. Let me know your own thoughts. Would you like a Pochita of your own? And what are your thoughts on the show? And hopefully you like this video. If you did, hit subscribe or share it with people. It does help my channel get to be seen. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video.